Mary, are you okay? I just got a call from someone at your work. I heard you collapsed at work and were rushed to the emergency room.
Henry, I'm sorry for worrying you. I have calmed down. I have settled down now. I'm going to be in the hospital for a few days from today, but...
What? I'll check with the company to see if I can return home right away.
Wait, that's not necessary. It's no big deal. Don't worry about me.
Of course I'd worry if I heard my wife had fallen ill. If I wasn't on overseas assignment, I'd rush to the hospital right away. Did you find out why you collapsed?
I am malnourished.
What?
I didn't have any money. Lately, I have only been eating one meal a day. I was only eating school lunches because I work at a daycare. But when I don't have work, I don't have anything to eat.
What are you saying? You have to eat right. You don't have to save money in the first place.
My salary of $1,000 per month was not enough to live on.
What? Your salary alone?
Since you've been deployed overseas, I only have my salary, right? That's why I'm having a hard time making ends meet.
What?
I can't live without you sending me money, and I'm at my limit. And I borrowed $70,000.
What are you talking about? You get $3,500 every month from me, right?
What? I don't get it.
No, I send you money every month. I mean, we talked about the money I'd send you. I told you about it before I left the US, didn't I?
I was receiving it for the first few months, but the transfer stopped halfway through.
Huh? I'm pretty sure I've been sending you money every month.
Oh, is that right?
Maybe you haven't checked our account book properly?
I don't have the cash card with me.
What?
I gave it to Lisa.
Come on, it's not something you'd give to her daughter.
Lisa quit her job and said she was in need of money. So I decided to leave the cash card with her until she finds another job. My salary is deposited into another account. I just thought it would be a good idea for a little while.
What if she misuses it?
Lisa is not the kind of girl who would do something like that.
But...
Lisa was harassed at work. That's why she quit her job and came back.
I know that. But ever since she was a child, she was so selfish and hard to deal with, in my view. I thought that she would finally be independent when she got the job. But to see her quit her job after only a year and come back to her parents' house is disappointing.
Don't blame her. She's still suffering from the emotional scars.
But she can at least get a part-time job, right? Staying at home, living off her parents? What's she thinking?
She doesn't stay in all day. She goes out with her friends sometimes.
What? If she has the energy to go out, she can work.
But when she tries to find a job, it reminds her of her trauma at her last job. If going out helps her recover, I'm willing to give her a gentle nudge if that's what it takes.
But it's not really a kindness to listen to whatever she says. You have to be a better parent.
Even if you say that...
Lisa is the product of years of fertility treatment. I understand why you want to take good care of her. But if things continue as they are, Lisa will become a complete failure.
I wonder.
If I were in the US, I could lecture her on a regular basis. Well, things are getting tricky.
I can't work while I'm in the hospital, and I don't know what my salary will be next month.
Lisa has the bank book. I'm sure she's using the money I've sent too.
When I asked Lisa about it, she said she never got any money. I believed her.
I did indeed transfer the money. So what do you mean you borrowed 7 million yen?
I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time making ends meet.
Then what about the savings in my account? I told you that you could use it if you needed anything, and I gave you my bank book and the card, didn't I?
I spent it on living expenses, so it's almost gone.
Why didn't you consult me sooner?
You're busy working abroad. I didn't want to cause you unnecessary worry.
Let's put the debt aside for now. We need to talk to Lisa first.
Please, don't talk to her in a harsh way. She's just starting to get better.
Lisa is already 23 years old. It's not good for her to be pampered like this.
But...
Don't worry, I'll watch my language. I promise I won't be overly aggressive.
Okay, I'll leave it to you.
Anyway, you get some rest now.
Thank you.
Lisa, I need to talk to you.
Oh, Dad, you're just in time. I heard Mom had collapsed at work earlier.
If you knew, why didn't you call me? The guy from Mom's office went out of his way to call me overseas.
Because I'm pissed off.
Huh?
She is a mother and she's in the hospital and she doesn't even do her house chores. I wonder what she's thinking.
Aren't you worried about your mother? She collapsed from malnutrition, you know.
You're right. I'm worried about her. She can't feed me when she's in the hospital. I might collapse too, you know.
Stop worrying about yourself and take care of her. You're an adult. You can at least cook for yourself.
Oh well, I had extra income yesterday. I think I'll go out for dinner with friends tonight.
You mean the extra money that I transferred yesterday, right? You must have spent it after all.
Oh, did you find out?
Why did you take her bank book?
Don't make it sound like I'm a thief. Right after I came home, you got assigned to work overseas, right? And I happened to hear that you were talking about how you were going to make ends meet. I found out about the bank book that you'd send money to.
In other words, you knew about the money and took it from your mother. You took the bank book from your mother and kept it for yourself?
I didn't take it from her. When I told her that I was in trouble because my bank book only had a penny, she gave me the bank book.
Now give it back to your mother. The money I kept transferring wasn't for you.
No! I can't live on the allowance she gives me.
Wait, you get an allowance from Mom?
I get $600 every month.
Since when?
Ever since I came home. At first it was $300. But recently that isn't enough, so she increased the amount.
No wonder she's down.
I was deeply scarred at my last job, If you're a parent, you should be a little more forgiving.
It's been a year. I'm sure you've had enough rest.
Wow, how antiquated. This is the 21st century. Do you get it?
You can't be 23 years old and still not work and stay at home. That's unforgivable in any era.
That's terrible. Even though I have a mental illness?
What? Did you go to the hospital for a diagnosis?
No, I didn't. I found a website where you can check your mental illness. So I tried it out. And it turns out I have depression.
Why would I believe such a story?
She believed it.
Oh. I'll have to explain to your mother that you're faking it.
It's not a fake illness.
Anyway, you get out of my house. Don't give your parents any more trouble.
Are you kidding me? You're kicking out your precious daughter?
I'm serious. Don't depend on your mom forever. Be independent.
But she wants to live with me.
That's just what you think.
No, she can't leave me.
Why?
Once before, I asked her to increase my allowance to $1,000. She said she couldn't do it because it would make life too hard. I got so pissed off, I pretended to jump out of the upstairs window. Then she got upset. She pleaded with me saying, I can't increase your allowance, but I will continue to take care of you. She begged me not to do anything stupid.
Did you actually do that?
Yup, I won. She is at my beck and call.
You're the worst.
She was always so soft on me in the first place. She'd buy me anything I begged for.
What?
Even when I was in school, when I complained to her that my allowance was too small, she gave me extra money right away.
I always told her not to spoil you like that. I've been telling her for a long time. I can't believe she was doing that behind my back.
It's your fault. You were hardly ever home just because you were busy with work. If you want to hate her, hate yourself.
I'm getting a headache.
And you're already over 60 and you're working so hard for me. Parents who can't let go of their children are so convenient.
You mean she was forcing herself? I'm sure she said she was continuing to work as a child care worker because she loves children.
That's a lie. She was really just working to give me an allowance. She used to send me money after I got a job.
I should have talked to your mom more about raising kids. It's all my fault.
It's too late for regrets.
Anyway, I want you to know, I'll do whatever it takes to get you out of the house. Of course, I'll talk to your mother.
What about the debt?
Mom told me about it. Is it $70,000, right? You're the one who made it difficult for us to make ends meet and got us into debt. I'll have you pay the debt from now on.
No, the debt was in your name and I borrowed it. So you're the only one who has to repay it.
What?
I borrowed it in your name out of necessity.
You borrowed the money and you used my name without permission?
I don't have a job, so I can't get approved.
What have you done? Using your parents' name without permission?
You guys raised me in the first place, didn't you?
We didn't raise you very well.
Then take responsibility and support me for the rest of my life. And of course, pay off my debt.
I'll be moving back there soon. I'll be back soon and we'll have a talk with your mother.
I don't think it's worth it, but you can do whatever you want. Bye. Dad, I have a favor to ask you. Can you lend me some money to live on?
Yes?
Because you stopped sending money. And I don't even get an allowance because Mom's not here.
I'm so dumbfounded. You're still talking like that?
She is in the hospital, so it's only natural that I depend on you.
I don't have any money to give you.
What a cheapskate. You were transferring $3,500 every month.
That's what I gave your mother.
You can't say that. If anything happens to me, she will cry. She's in the hospital and she's weak. If she hears I'm dead, what would happen to her? Maybe she'll go crazy and die too.
She is already out of the hospital.
What are you talking about? She isn't home yet. She's supposed to be at the hospital.
She's right next to me.
What?
I can't believe you exploited her until she became this skinny. I wish I'd known sooner.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
She must have been at her limit. She left the US right after she got out of the hospital. She came to me.
Wait a minute. What about the money? I have the bank card too, so there's no way she can go overseas.
I gave her some money as living expense.
How?
I had her open a new account and transferred about $20,000.
Huh?
When she fell ill, I really wanted to go back home right away. But I couldn't go home right away because of my work. I gave her some money so that she could have a decent life.
It's not fair that she got $20,000. Give me some of that too.
Of course I'm not giving it to you.
She's a terrible mother. How can you be a parent and leave your child?
Spending your parents' money as you please. I don't want you as my child who spends her parents' money and then borrows money in her father's name without asking permission.
Shut up!
At first, your mother said she was the one who borrowed money because she was having a hard time making ends meet. You know why?
When I told her about the debt, she said she'd take care of it, so you were going to pay it off for her, right?
But she changed her mind.
Why? She was so protective of me.
You haven't visited your mother since she was in the hospital, right?
I haven't.
So she realized you were just a money-grubbing bitch to her. Well, it's a little late for that, but I'm glad she woke up.
The only reason I didn't visit her is because I was a little busy. It's strange that she shuns me just because of that.
Busy? You got nothing but time on your hands.
And I was worried about her.
I don't think you're worried about her because you don't even know when she is getting out of the hospital.
But a parent shouldn't abandon their daughter just because of that.
The one who's been squeezing money out of their parents all this time is questionable in my opinion.
Then what should I do about the debt?
The debt is yours to pay.
You are the owner of the account. There's nothing you can say now.
I called the finance company. I've already explained to them that my name was used without permission.
So what? The name in the account will never change.
I've consulted a lawyer. If a handwriting analysis proves that it's a fabrication, he said it's possible to deny repayment.
You're lying.
Mom hasn't repaid a penny of the debt yet. I'm going to make you pay back all $70 plus interest. You need to work hard and pay off your debts.
I'm deeply traumatized because of the harassment. I can't work.
Do you call it a harassment because they got mad at you for being AWOL?
How do you know that?
You had a classmate from college at that company, didn't you?
Don't tell me you went to the trouble of checking with my classmate.
I didn't think I could trust your story alone. I had to call her.
Don't do anything you don't have to.
You've been absent from work without notice because you were tired or something.
I don't remember.
Don't play dumb. When your boss warned you about it, you got angry and slapped a resignation letter on him. This is the real reason why you resigned, isn't it?
I do feel bad that I didn't call in to work, but I thought it was too antiquated to lecture me that way.
It's natural to be hard on someone who skipped work. It's not antiquated or anything.
Anyway, I'll call Mom now.
That won't help.
I don't know about that. If she hears her daughter's voice, she'll help me out right away.
You can't get in touch with your mother.
Huh? Why not?
Because Mom switched phones.
What phone number?
She got a new phone number, new WhatsApp account, new everything.
You're kidding.
So that she can't change her mind. She said she made up her mind to cut off all contact from you. Mom said that.
Hey, is she there right now?
Yes, but...
Then tell her. Are you willing to call off my marriage over something as silly as this? I mean...
Oh, you're getting married to someone, aren't you?
That's right. It's not funny that my marriage is going to be canceled because of my parents. Tell her to get off her ass and help me.
$70,000 in debt and $3,500 in living expenses. And with the $600 allowance your mother gave you, to pay him off, didn't you? Your mother told me everything.
That's right. He runs a company. He was having financial difficulties from time to time. I was helping him out.
Isn't that strange?
Sales have been down recently due to the recession, but he's working really hard.
But I don't understand why you're giving him money.
I'm his future wife. I'm supposed to support him. Besides, I want to have a wedding. He's the president of a company, so it has to be a respectable wedding.
And you're borrowing money in your father's name?
Isn't it normal for parents to pay for the wedding?
Well, I guess there are families like that.
So, if you see the debt as a wedding money for the daughter, it's not strange for the father to repay the debt.
Is that man really the president of the company?
What are you talking about? I got his business card.
You can fake any number of business cards. Maybe you're being scammed.
Of course not.
When was the last time you saw him?
Well, he said he's been busy with work lately, so I haven't seen him at all. I've tried calling him, but he hasn't picked up. My messages might be unread.
If he stops contacting you, you're about to find out. There's a good chance he ran away.
You're lying.
I am amazed how dumb you are, and you are my daughter. Didn't you notice something was wrong when he asked for money?
I was surprised at first. He's very kind to me, and he's handsome. He didn't seem like a con man to me.
You must hate yourself for not having a good eye for men.
Hey, I'm a victim too. You will help me pay off my debt, right?
No way. You'll work and pay it all back.
I can't. I don't have a job right now.
Then why don't you start looking for a job now? If you work every day without a break, you'll be able to pay off your debt.
If I work that hard, I won't have time to hang out.
I don't care. You'll also have to pay back all the money you spent on living expenses.
Wait a minute. You aren't in financial trouble. You don't have to make me pay the full amount.
What are you talking about? It's a debt you owe, so you're responsible for paying it back in full.
Of course not.
By the way, I'm planning to sell the house, so get the hell out of there and find an apartment.
What? That's too fast a turn of events.
You're not going to be sorry unless I go this far, are you?
That's terrible. You're abandoning your own daughter?
In order to make you independent, I'm going to have to push you away.
Help me. I'll be a good girl from now on.
What's a 23-year-old good girl saying? If you want to be a good girl, work hard and atone for your sins.
Oh no!
My daughter Lisa has been disowned by me and my wife. She has started to work part-time as a live-in worker to make a living. As for the swindler who cheated Lisa, we consulted the police. As a result of the investigation, the culprit was identified. The culprit was arrested without incident, but the money was not returned. Lisa is now desperately paying back her debts with the salary she earns from her part-time job. Lisa is now living on the edge. At first, my wife was worried about our daughter. However, she seems to have been able to detach herself from her daughter by keeping a physical distance from her. Recently, she has taken up dancing as a hobby. I am relieved. It is my responsibility as a parent that my daughter has become like this. I will continue to watch over her from afar and hope that she will grow up to be a decent adult. I would like to live a peaceful life with my wife.